Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's great. You can feel it, the electricity, just during batting practice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind. David Nuno, Nikolai Volskov, and we have Matthew Dawson. You probably don't know who Nikolai Volkov is.
Yeah, I do. He's a boxer.
Nope, wrestler.
It was one of the two.
Yeah, back in the day with the Iron Sheik. Buddy, Matthew Dawson's got an idea we didn't get to on the show, but I think it'd be an interesting one to do quickly here on the Rewind. Dawson, tell the people.
TexAgs intramural softball team.
Okay.
Who's that lineup? All right, you might put Bronny at shortstop, right? He was a middle infielder.
Bronny at shortstop?
I don't know. He played college baseball.
We need someone quick and rangy at shortstop.
What did he play?
I can play a little shortstop. I'm
a Matthew at shortstop, I guess. Self-anointed shortstop.
Okay.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there.
What else?
Maybe Luke Evangelist in right field.
I feel like a lot of people.
You put the worst player in right field, so I like that.
He's a lefty, though, too, right?
Yeah.
You kind of get that.
Well, I'm a lefty.
Okay, then I like you. How do you like first base?
Okay.
Is that all right? Or are you range?
I think
are you a center fielder? Are you
I guess this is intramural. You don't need a catcher, so you don't put Bronny back there. You think you put Bronny at third.
Look, guys, let's just be honest. We've gone a minute on this topic, and yet none of the headliners have. Where's Billy Liucci playing? That's the real question.
He's pitching, for sure.
Here's my lineup. I'll go as quick as I can.
Okay.
Richard, me, Billy, Bronny, David,
Olin?
Where's Jackson Moss?
Jackson Moss, 6, thank you. 7 will go Olin. 8, Matthew Dawson. 9, Luke Evangelist.
What positions are most people in?
We ain't got time for that. But
all right, fine. What position am I playing? At least tell me that.
Second base.
Right,
Hispanic, Nuno Oxford.
That is the most.
Yikes!
Got that.
Canceled.
No, we're keeping that. It's fine. Circle of trust. We're family here.
Nick
all right.
Savage, disrespect to not put me on your roster.
Oh yeah, Cade. Freaking, we went with every intern and part timer ever, but Cade.
He's the pitcher.
Nah, he's playing center field or right
He's a
center.
designated player, pitcher.
Poor Cade. All right.
Even though it's underhand.
I don't even know what we had on the show today. Cade, tell the
Schloss.
people. No, Nick, please.
Cade, it's your debut. Go.
Didn't go well. Nick, tell people.
Schloss, Buzz, Billy, and John Scheschuk.
John Scheschuk. I don't know if that felt good saying it that way. Check it out. It's the Rewind.
Can you describe what the energy is like in the stadium whenever these games are played at Olsen Field or at Dish Falk? I think from a coach's perspective and a guy that's done it as long as you have, I think people kind of underestimate how much you still appreciate going into these games and these venues.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's great. You can feel it, the electricity, just during batting practice. I think there's definitely mutual respect between our coaching staffs, Coach Pierce and his staff and ours. We see them on the road a lot. I've known David Pierce since he was a high school coach in Houston. But it is what it is, man. It's Texas and Texas A&M, and I've been, preparing a couple of even Braden. I was like, buddy, you have no idea what you're about to walk into. And imagine this, next year when it's a 3-game SEC series, the freaking world may explode. I don't know. But yeah, I've been a part of those. I've been there. I've been there for super regionals multiple times, as a coach at TCU, but it's not the same. As much as we want to say it's normal, it's not normal. But it is great preparation for the things that we're going to see in our league, at LSU, at Florida, at Ole Miss, places like that. So all of this stuff is just great life experience, and it's great preparation for the future. And there isn't any one game, win or loss, that's going to define our season. I mean, whether it be against Texas or Rhode Island, simply because the sport itself doesn't lead it. There's going to be great days. Like yesterday, we had the flare hit by Bard, and we had the ball over the bag, and that extended the lead. Friday night, the game was 2 swings decided the game. Montgomery and Sorrell, or otherwise that's a scoreless game. Or if we have a couple balls fall in, it's an 8-0 game. So baseball's so fickle, man. It's hard to predict what's going to happen. But obviously we want to win the ball game. We want to win every game we play, and going over there and playing those guys in front of that crowd is going it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're just trying to take it all in and enjoy it.
When they look at this lineup, and I know there's some dangerous lineups in college baseball this year, but this one specifically, what do you think they're thinking? They're thinking, can we get through the third, fourth inning? What's going through their mind?
A lot of fear. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of fear. I mean, they've got such a strong lineup from top to bottom. And of course, bringing Montgomery in's been huge. He's hitting 410 right now. But all the guys they have, Burton, Lavalette, Grohovac, I mean, you look at all of them, and they're just very strong physically. They're very imposing physically. So, when Lavalette gets in that box, he fills it up, man. That's a big guy. And they've got numerous guys that have that kind of size and strength to them. So you just see that bat speed. You feel that presence. They're going to pass that baton from one person to the next. And it's a really lengthy lineup, and it causes a lot of problems. And they've got good athleticism and size throughout. And they're dropping the hammer on these pitchers right now. So there's definitely fear from the other side when they play the Aggies.
John, you saw some explosive offense when you played here, obviously. We know about those great teams. This one's like, at least on paper through the first part of the season, is on par.
Yeah, and I think the difference in today's college baseball is you have more pro-level type guys. We had a lot of guys that played minor league baseball on our team, and we had a few guys make it to MLB. But, when you look at Montgomery, when you look at Lavalette, when you look at Grohovac, these guys are true MLB-type players playing college baseball. And my personal opinion is that had to do with the reduced draft a few years back with COVID. It has to do with NIL. It has to do with the SEC facilities and overall fan support. So now you're starting to see guys that, are really pro-ready, almost like football and basketball, playing college baseball, where in the past, Lavalette, if he got $2 million out of high school or $2.5 million out of high school, he was gone. But now there's an avenue for a guy like that to come make some money in college baseball and still get treated very well and have a great experience. So all that's to say is this lineup is full of guys like that, and I think that's why you're seeing a lot of that explosiveness, and I don't think that's going to stop throughout the year.
And you can do all that when the ball is ricocheting all over the gym and you can finish it with a rebound, then you're going to have a chance. And that will be, I think that'll end up being the line of the game on Wednesday. We're first in the SEC in offensive rebound percentage. We're first in the SEC in defensive rebound percentage. Our defense is ranked third. Okay, well, who are we playing? Well, we're playing Mississippi State. They're third in offensive rebound percentage. They're third in defensive rebound percentage. And over the last 5 games, they're number one in the league in the SEC through 16 games of shots at the rim. Now, they get their shots at the rim differently than Georgia, and so how can we prevent those shots? What are we going to do on the catch at the rim? And then how are we going to finish with the rebound? I think the line of the game will be decided on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
Yeah, Buzz, it's that time of year, isn't it? I'm excited about Wednesday. You've got, I think, 2 teams, obviously, with a ton to play for. You mentioned it. That was my next question when you talk about the rebounding, was the toughness and the physicality. When I watch Mississippi State play, they remind me of A&M teams. I mean, y'all are built, it feels like, on the same thing. Maybe a little different style, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a fist fight.
It will be we hope that, I mean, it is, if both teams are hooked up, Liucci, I anticipate it will be a football game.
Yeah.
And it'll be in the trenches. It'll be below the free throw line. They have some guards that are superlative with the ball in their hand. I think we have some guards that are superlative with the ball in their hand. But where is the game going to be decided? It's going to be the offensive and defensive line. I mean, it's going to be they're the best in the league in regards to this category that we're talking about.
All right, let's talk baseball, dude. Like, Prager looked great. The pitching has been phenomenal. There was some drama on the Friday game that kind of, I don't want to say bled over into Sunday, but A&M had the last laugh. Just a great weekend for baseball.
I think it probably could have bled over into Sunday. A&M, it was probably if you know baseball, that was probably a tough decision. How do we pay these guys back? And you're up 10-1, probably have some flexibility there. Maybe had they not scored those runs late, because I think one of the things you had to do was, really, you weren't going to throw Aschenbeck in there after 50-something pitches on Friday, but they probably really wanted to save Sadeo
Yeah.
for Tuesday. And if you go Cortez, Sadeo, Aschenbeck, like that's optimal. So you just didn't want the game to get to any kind of point where you had to bring him in for very long, and it worked out perfect, almost like a little bit of a warm-up for him to go out there. What did he throw, 11 pitches, struck out the side? It was exactly what you needed. I think you couldn't have been happier with the weekend, the way it went. I mean, look, they went through a stretch there to start that tournament where they weren't hitting, but they got the 2 home runs on Friday. And then Saturday, it was slow and starting. Once they got going, you look at that, that second half of that USC game, and up until it was just quite literally like empty the benches time, that was an offensive explosion. And they took walks, and they got pitchers, they got a pitcher out of there early, and they just started just swinging the bat the way we expect. Braden Montgomery, just incredible what he's doing early. Him and Jace, I'm just trying to think. I mean, obviously, Jack Moss and Dylan Rock, Warner at a time. But, I mean, just for when you look at a back-to-back in an A&M lineup, I don't know if I've ever seen a more formidable duo. And it's not like the guys around them aren't good and playing well. That's what's so ridiculous about this lineup.
Cade, can you tell the people what to do with on camera?
Hit 2 on the soundboard. Oh, there you go.
Oh my gosh, where's your
stuff,
face,
all
bro?
that stuff. Yeah,
You
like,
can adjust the mic,
comment, subscribe. Yeah, I know I can adjust the mic. I haven't had to adjust it that much yet.
I don't have.
He's like, yeah, I know I can adjust the mic, bro. Like, he got upset.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things.
Thank you. We'll see you next time, guys.